Hello everyone, how are you all? In today's video, we are going to study about ants and mosquitoes. So let's get started. Now, ants. How do you feel about ants? Do they irritate you when they crawl around the house and get into everything? Or do you find them interesting? Whatever your answer is, but you will be amazed to know some awesome facts about ants. How do ants live? Now, there are about 20,000 different types of ants, and they are found everywhere, all around the world. They are very social insects. Did you know that they live in really big colonies, which have literally millions of ants living in them? Now you imagine living with over 1 million people. Oh my god, that's really too much, right? Yes. Now there are three types of ants. Number one, queen ants. Queen ant is really the boss, and all she does is lay eggs. Second type is male. Male helps the queen ant to produce these eggs. And thirdly, the female worker. They are the one who build the moons and collect food for all those million of ants. That's really a work, right? Hmm. Now there are different types of moons. Like they're mostly in dirt of sands. Some of them are clever and they use twigs to make them stronger. See, ants are also so smart. They use twigs to make their homes stronger. And some other live in trees that have fallen down. Now, what is the body of an ant made up of? So, the body of an ant is made up of three parts: the head, trunk, and the metasoma, or we also known as the rear part of the head. Ants have six legs and they're all attached to the trunk. Okay, now they have really, we can say, supersonic type of vision, means they can see really well, and that's because they have got loads of lenses in their eyes. Yes, so they can see really, really well. And one interesting things about ants do not have ears. They have antennas. And because of these antennas, they can hear, taste, touch, and smell. They use these antennas to touch one another and talk to each other in their ant language. Interesting, right? And did you know that ants do not have lungs? Yes, then how do they breathe? Well, they breathe through tiny little holes that are all over their body. They have small, small holes all over their body which helps them breathe. And you know what? Ant can lift up to 20 times its own body weight. You can say that almost the same as you are trying to lift a car. Do you think you could do it? That's a question. Think about it. Adult ants can't chew and swallow solid food. So what do? They swallow the juice which they squeeze from pieces of food, and then they throw away the dry part which is left over. So basically, they do not swallow food, they basically swallow the juicy part of the food. And ants can live only for about 45 to 60 days. Okay, now let's move on to mosquito. Believe it or not, but mosquitoes could be considered one of the most dangerous insects on earth because they causes some serious diseases like malaria, yellow fever, dengue fever. which are all deadly diseases that are transmitted by the mosquitoes. And there are more than 3,000 recognized mosquito species. That means there are 3,000 species of mosquitoes that are well known. Yes, 3,000. It's actually a very big number. Mosquitoes, they are best known as summer pest, and they can develop from an egg to an adult in 10 to 14 days. So from 10 to 14 days, from an egg, they can develop into an adult. Wow, so quick, right? And mosquitoes are really very delicate insects, with the average adult only 16 mm long, only 16 millimeter long, and they weigh just 0.04 gram, so less weight. And the mosquito's slim body is made up of head, thorax, and abdomen. So mosquito's body is again divided into three parts: head part, the thorax, or you can say the throat part, and the abdomen, which you can say the stomach area. Now, how does a mosquito bite? So basically, only the female mosquito has the mouth parts to bite and suck up blood, because she needs the blood not only for nourishment but also so that she can develop eggs in order to reproduce, in order to multiply in the number. So if she does not get sufficient amount of blood, she will mostly likely to die without laying any eggs. So that is why she needs blood so that she can reproduce. She can produce eggs. And how she detects the victims? By the exhaled carbon dioxide, body odors, and movement with her antennas. She detects her victims with her antennas and then stabs the skin with the special part of her mouth called a proboscis. Proboscis is the part of mouth with which the female mosquito bites. Through one of the tubes, she injects her saliva into the victim's blood, and through another tube, she sucks up blood into her body. So, when we get that little red bump after the mosquito bite that really itches, is because of the saliva of the mosquito. Okay, now what is the diet and where do they live? So, both the male and the female mosquito feeds on nectar and plant juices, especially the sweets and the sugary ones. It is from this source that they get most of their energy. They can be found all over the world in groups. They generally like warm temperatures, and they lay eggs in still water like ponds, marshlands, swamps, containers of water such as buckets. Okay, so this is all for today. Thank you.